This singer's 1965's masterpiece is universally acknowledged as the finest recording Aretha Franklin never made. The song in question was instead recorded by this incredible performer, who, like Franklin, used the strength and passion of a gospel background to produce some of the best music of soul's golden era. The centerpiece of today's video is all about Fontella bass. Now, before we start, let's be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and push that notification bell to be sure you won't miss out any more content. Now, without further ado, let's cue that intro. Born in St. Louis, Missouri on July 3, 1940, she was the daughter of gospel singer Martha Bass, a long-standing member of the Clara Ward Singers. Fontella's grandmother, Nevada Carter, was also a skilled gospel artist. Thus, it was only natural that she would follow in the footsteps of her grandmother and mother. She made her debut singing in her church choir at the age of 5. Nonetheless, in the mid-50s, she defied convention by slipping out of homes to sing secular music. By the age of 16, Bass was a house pianist at St. Louis Show Bar, and in 1961, she joined local blues legend Little Minton Campbell, subsequently marrying the band's trumpeter, an emerging jazz icon named Lester Bowie. Bass originally gained recognition for her vocals on Little Minton's 1962 song, So Mean to Me,
Please have mercy on me. Yeah, something.
which was quickly followed by her Bobbin label solo debut, I Don't Wanna Hurt Anymore.
I've forgotten somehow that I cared so.
However, with Campbell and his pianist Oliver Sane went their separate ways, Bass went with them, and Sane made her the lead vocalist of his Oliver Sane Soul Review. Her second song was the Ike Turner produced I Love the Man, which was released on Turner's label in 1963.
I know I'm playing a losing hand.
Bass recorded Poor Little Fool, a duet with Tina Turner.
It's too late.
But she wasn't performing with Sane and his group. She worked as a solo artist, performing over at East St. Louis under the name Sabrina. Following the 1964 release of the Oliver Sane Soul Review debut song, Heavy Sugar, the pianist accompanied Bass and vocalist Bobby McClure, where he had produced a duet, Don't Mess Up a Good Thing, for Chess Records' Checker label.
Now I might have cheated just a little bit, baby.
The recording was a top 10 smash. Even when Bass departed the band to pursue a solo career, Sane remained a close collaborator. She moved to Chicago in 1965, and late that year, she had her biggest success with her solo debut, Rescue Me. Now, the buoyant dance favorite made unforgettable by Bass' passionate, gritty singing, the percolating bass of Chess Session mainstay Louis Satterfield and Gene Bart's explosive horn arrangement topped the R&B charts for a month before crossing over to the pop top 5. One of the best-selling records in Chess history, Rescue Me remains an unqualified classic of the era and is still a staple of old radios today. Although many listeners now mistake the song for being the work of Aretha Franklin, who ironically did not enter the public conscience until 2 years later. Worse, Bass never received full credit or financial pay for co-writing the song. Her conflicts with Chess executive garnered her the reputation as a disgruntled individual. The Rescue Me sounding like Recovery followed in early 1966, hitting the R&B top 20.
And happiness is in my heart. Yeah.
But Bass' career as a hitmaker was cut short, and despite scoring a small hit late that year with Sweet Lovin' Daddy, she never returned to the US charts.
And every night, he keeps me feeling alright.
Bass left Checkers in 1969 with her husband. Bowie, a prominent musician player known for his work with the Art Ensemble of Chicago, and traveled to Paris. While in Paris, she participated with the group on an album that's known as the Art Ensemble of Chicago with Fontella Bass. Fontella was mostly focused on raising a family until she returned to St. Louis in 1971, rekindling her relationship with Oliver Sane and signing a deal with the Parlor label. The outstanding song, Who You Gonna Blame, foreshadowed the 1972 release of the same produced album, Free. However, she received little attention from radio, and when songs such as Now That I Found a Good Thing,
I'm not saying that you can't learn. All I'm saying,
and It's Hard to Get Back In flop, she left Parlor in 1974 and not returning to the industry until 3 years later when she signed a deal with Epic and released the single Soon As I Touch 'Em.
from the light of day, so no one.
Aside from rare guest appearances with the Art Ensemble of Chicago, she spent the rest of the 70s and much of the 80s as a homemaker, limiting her musical activities to her Baptist church choir. Still, in 1990, she collaborated with her mother and brother David Preston on a gospel album, Promises, a family portrait of faith. Bass continued her return in spiritual music with the 1995 release, No Ways Tired. She frequently toured in Europe, and in the years leading up to the 2001 release of her follow-up album, Traveling, which was a collaboration with the voices of the St. Louis Gospel Choir. Bass endured a series of strokes over the years, which resulted in a heart attack in early December of 2012. Sadly, a day after Christmas in 2012, she passed away at the age of 72. Now, before we go, I have a few questions for you all. Did you think Rescue Me was sung by Aretha Franklin? Also, what is your favorite song by Fontella Bass?